Hello everybody, and welcome into the fourth review in my Halloween series of reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite entries in the series, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Released in the year 1988, a mere 10 years after the original film, Halloween 4 sees the return of Michael Myers back into the franchise. You see, after his absence in Halloween 3, well, sort of, he does appear in the movie on one of the TV screens when Dr. Chalice is at the bar where they are playing the first Halloween movie, so he is technically in the movie, he's just not part of the focus. Still, most fans came out of Halloween 3 both baffled and confused as to how the third movie had nothing to do with the previous two films. I understand that they wanted to make it an anthology series and move away from the whole Michael Myers story, but I feel like they didn't do it in the best way. I feel like that if they at least had one recurring character from the previous two films, then the film would have been better received. However, since the filmmakers ended up going in the direction that they went with in Halloween 3, the backlash over that film would eventually lead to them bringing back Michael Myers for 4. So, now that our brief little history lesson is out of the way, it is now time for us to dive right into
Halloween 4!
Jesus Christ!
What's up, Sean?
Like, seriously, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know, I thought I would surprise you and, help you out with your movie review of Halloween 4.
You could have called. Or at least told me you were stopping by.
I could have, but, that wouldn't have been nearly as fun, though.
It's still a dick move.
Not sure what your point is, but, do you think you would, let me help you out, or... Come on.
Jesus Christ. Fine. Fuck it. Since you're already here, there's no fucking point of sending you away.
Great. Let's do it.
Okay, fine. Fuck it. Let's get started. Halloween 4.
Okay, but, before we, start, think we can move over to the couch? I don't want to be kneeling the entire time.
Maybe I should let you kneel. Maybe I should, But fine. Fuck it. Let's move to the couch. Since that's what you want to do, Steve. So as the movie begins, we get this great little opening scene where nothing really happens in it, and there's just some shots of various Halloween decorations.
The lacking music really helps, as it does a great job of setting the mood for the movie, as it leaves an overall eerie presence.
After that eerie scene, we see Michael Myers, who has been in a coma for 10 years, getting ready to be transferred, but not before this scene happens.
Just thinking about it. Give me the goodies. A decade ago, Halloween night, he murdered 16 people.
16 people? He killed 13 people, not 16 people. Let's go over this really quick. The other people who died in the movies, Judith Myers, happened in 1963, not 1978. Doesn't count as killing 16 people on the night 10 years ago. Cross that off. Cut it out. Didn't exist. So, the other victims? Okay, well, he killed a dog, Lester. Well, that's not a person, so you can cross that one away. And the other victim, Ben Tramer, you really can't blame that on Michael Myers. He got caught in a hilarious van explosion. So, Ben Tramer doesn't count.
So where does he get 16 people from? Anyways, so Michael is taken out of the facility so that he can be transferred to Smith's Grove. Now, why they decide to do this on a stormy night is beyond me, and without any sort of police escort.
Kinda surprising, considering that he apparently killed 16 people.
And while being transported, Michael hears about his niece and ends up killing everyone in the ambulance.
Boy, it's almost as if this was a bad idea to transport this man without any sort of police around. Wouldn't you agree, Stephen?
Absolutely. Now we're introduced to Jamie, the daughter of Laurie Strode, who apparently died in a car accident and wouldn't return until the series made money again.
The young actress who plays Jamie in this movie, Danielle Harris, does such an incredible job. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. When she's actually acting scared, when she's screaming or something, she genuinely looks terrified.
In movies, it's pretty tough to find some good child actors, but when you do, especially in the case of the Halloween series, when they found Danielle Harris to play this character of Jamie Lloyd, she knocked it out of the park. She hits a home run here. She's absolutely amazing in this film, and in the sequel. Anyways, after the ambulance scene, we find out that Dr. Loomis is still alive.
Okay, how the hell is he still alive?
We saw this guy and Michael Myers get caught in an explosion at the end of Halloween 2. They should be burned to a crisp. How do you like your Michael Myers? Well done. What about your Dr. Loomis? Dead and deep fried.
I think I may have an explanation as to why he's still alive.
Well, what is that then, Steve?
Well, I have a clip from Austin Powers that may explain why he's still alive.
Well, then let's see it, Steve.
I only survived because her smoking carcass formed a protective cocoon of slaughtered human effluents.
Oh, well, that perfectly explains it.
Yep, there's clearly no other way.
So Loomis is pissed at the fact that Michael Myers was being transferred without him knowing of it. So he heads to Haddonfield to track Michael down, and on his way he encounters Michael, who had killed some mechanic in order to recreate the classic outfit.
And after the encounter, Michael destroys Loomis's car, and Loomis is forced to hitch a ride to Haddonfield.
Meanwhile, in Haddonfield, Jamie's at school, and we get this beauty of a scene.
How come your mommy didn't make you a costume, Jamie? How could you? Your mommy's dead. Jamie's mommy. A mommy. Stop it, okay? Stop it! Jamie's an orphan. Jamie's an orphan. Jamie's an orphan. Jamie's an orphan.
What the hell is wrong with these kids, fucking psychos?
Making fun of a child for being an orphan? It's fucked up.
It is. You know what? I wonder if these kids go around to other people telling them that.
What's that, Bruce Wayne? Your parents were shot right in front of you and you're now an orphan?
Ha! Ha! Orphan! Orphan! Hang on, Sean, let me give it a shot.
What's that, Littlefoot? Your mom was killed by a sharp tooth?
Ha! Ha! Orphan! Orphan!
Wait a minute. I got another one. Steve?
What's that, Simba? Your father Mufasa was killed by his brother Scar. I mean, do you think they were responsible for the whole thing?
Ha! Ha! Orphan! Orphan! Wait, I got one more.
What's that, Joel from The Last of Us? Your daughter was shot right in front of you, leaving you alone in this world? Oh, oh, bad parent, bad parent.
But wait, I got just one more.
Sean, let's just, they get the joke. Let's just continue with the movie review, okay? Are you good? Breathe.
Oh, God. I don't know what the fuck just happened to me there. I kind of just went a little insane with the voices. I started to sound like those little fucking pricks in the movie there. Those little cunt bastards. Ah, fuck them. I fucking hate those kids. I fucking hate them.
So after that horrific scene involving those little psychos, Jamie's foster sister Rachel picks her up from school and they go to pick out a costume for her.
Well, at the store, we're introduced to Don from Dazed and Confused, who is playing Brady, Rachel's sort of boyfriend.
And in the store, Jamie picks out her costume, which is almost the exact same clown suit that Michael Myers wore when he was a kid in the first movie.
After she snags her costume, Jamie has a brief run-in with Michael in the store, causing her to scream and break a mirror. What always bugged me about the scene is, how come nobody ever noticed Michael Myers in the store? He just flat out went in there and straight up shoplifted, while there were several customers around. Surely one of them would have seen him walking out of the store with a stolen mask.
After his car was destroyed, Loomis runs into an old reverend that gives him a ride back to Haddonfield. Now, this is one of the more intentional comedic scenes throughout the movie.
This guy only has one scene in the entire movie, but he seems like a very interesting character, and he is someone that Loomis can relate to. I want to know more about this guy and why he is the way he is. He's probably the best character in the movie. Plus, he sings.
Yes, we'll gather at the river, the beautiful, beautiful river. Gather with the saints at the river.
I'm a crazy motherfucker, but still a very cool character.
Arguably the best until we meet this guy.
Hey, you. This is city property. No trespassing.
Oh yeah, this is Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky with his Bucky hat and his Bucky shirt and his Bucky button and his Bucky underwear and his fuck every other Bucky but me personality. Bucky, no!
Meanwhile, Loomis makes it back to Haddonfield, where he tells the sheriff that Michael is back and on the loose. The sheriff's office then issues a curfew, telling everyone to stay indoors.
Which then leads to Michael cutting the power to the city and unfortunately Bucky's death. It is then when Dr. Loomis and the sheriff find Jamie and Rachel on the streets and they take them to the sheriff's house, where they will be guarded by a patrol officer.
But wait, what is Brady doing there? Rachel had to cancel a date they had in order to watch Jamie, and yet he's at the sheriff's house fucking his daughter.
You fucking whore.
And would you look at her shirt? Cops do it by the books, more like guys do it in my ass.
Whoa, Sean, just relax. We all know she's a slut.
Sluts. So everyone is on edge, including the rest of the townspeople, where some of the citizens form a lynch mob to go after Michael.
Yeah, and there's a really funny scene where one of them thinks they spot Michael Myers, and everyone starts firing their guns off, and they end up killing an innocent man.
You know what the funny part about all this is? They don't receive any consequences for it.
Well, I guess that's what happens in Illinois.
After hearing about the incident with the lynch mob, the sheriff leaves the house to go investigate.
But it just so happens that Michael is in the house. He ends up killing the patrol officer guarding the front door, and also one of the best deaths in the movie, where Michael Myers takes a shotgun and he stabs the sheriff's daughter right through the fucking wall.
After killing off the daughter, Michael now turns his attention to Brady, Rachel, and Jamie. He starts heading up the stairs where they are all at, and Brady tries to shoot Michael.
And it turns out that Brady is a terrible shot, as he can't hit Michael, who's only 10 feet in front of him.
He's also a complete idiot too, because instead of reloading while running up the stairs, he decides that standing there and reloading is the best option. To quote Tony Stark, not a great plan.
Flawless victory.
So after Brady dies, Jamie and Rachel make their way to the roof to try to escape, which then leads to Rachel falling off the roof.
Oh, come alive, Rachel. Please come alive. Don't be dead. You can't be dead.
Orphan!
Jamie then runs off and conveniently runs into Loomis, and they make their way to the school, and Michael follows them. Yeah, and apparently Michael had time to change masks because you can obviously tell that it's a different hair color than the one he previously had.
Yeah, in fact, the first time I saw this, I was actually really confused because I thought it was just someone else, but it ended up being just an obvious error.
Anyways, Rachel saves Jamie from Michael, they get picked up by the lynch mob and try to escape, but are then attacked again by Michael Myers, who somehow managed to sneak onto their truck. I assume he was probably hanging from the bottom of it this entire time.
Yeah, not sure how he was able to do that.
Yeah, he must work out. His core, that is.
So, in a pretty exciting climax, Michael then gets flung from the truck and is then gunned down by police, and that is seemingly the end of the movie.
That is until they arrive back at Jamie's house, and while Jamie's stepmom is running a bath for her, Jamie grabs some scissors and stabs the fuck out of her, setting up Jamie as the killer for the next movie. So that was Halloween 4, which, in all honesty, is actually a pretty satisfying movie, an overall really good entry in the series.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Halloween 4 is one of my favorites in the series next to the original. The acting is well done, especially by Danielle Harris as Jamie. Also, it's worth mentioning that this movie has a great rewatch value. I can watch this movie every day.
I couldn't agree more, Steve. The acting is solid all around, particularly from a very young Danielle Harris, and of course you're not going to get a bad performance out of Donald Pleasance. The man is always good. Personally, I think Jamie was a better protagonist than Laurie Strode was, at least in the first two movies that the two of them were in. But again, a lot of that is due to the acting of Harris, and I feel more willing to root for her because she is younger and more vulnerable than Laurie Strode, who was practically an adult at that point in the first movie. So, despite a few minor flaws, I found myself really enjoying this movie. If you have to check out any of the sequels, I'd say this one is a must. So that was our review of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I actually did have fun reviewing the movie with you, Steve.
Same here, Sean.
Well, tomorrow I gotta review Halloween 5. I hate to ask you this, but do you want to stick around? We did well today. Review Halloween 5 with me. Please, I hate Halloween 5. You sat through the good one with me. You can at least suffer through a shitty one.
You know what, Sean? Fine. I'll take you up on your offer. I'll review Halloween 5 with you.
Excellent, excellent. That's great, Steve. That's really great, Steve.
Can't wait.
Oh, me too, me too. So, just come back here same time tomorrow. Don't sneak up on me. Just text me, knock on my door, call me. You know, people can still call nowadays. So
that works for me.
Yeah,
works for me, man.
Just come back tomorrow.
Cool.
Cool. All right.
Well,
I'll see you tomorrow then.
See you tomorrow.
You could go out that way. Not sure why he got a cane. Why he's walking so funny. Probably getting pounded by a bunch of dudes in prison. That's why he's walking funny, like he's got a stick up his ass. Oh, well, shit, we're still rolling. I'll probably have to edit that out later. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Be sure to come back tomorrow as Steve and I review Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. We hope you enjoyed this review, and be a thune. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
The number you are trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please try again later.
Of course. Goddamn voicemail. Fuck. Don't you just hate that? You know, when somebody says they're going to do something and they end up not doing it? It's really annoying, isn't it? That's how I feel right now. Steve's not here to review Halloween 5 with me. And I could go on and do the review solo, but it is the middle of January, and I'm not really in the mood to review these movies anymore. So, I guess I'll wait till Steve gets here, or if I hear back from him. If not, then I think we're going to delay these reviews, people, till October. Sorry to hear that, but this makes me think that in the meantime, I could review other things that I haven't done yet. What could it be? What kind of movies? I don't know. You'll just have to wait and find out. So, just want to thank you all for watching. Stay tuned. More is to come. Bye.